predictions tend to be wrong. And I point out this period of time, which includes the Obama presidency and Donald Trump's presidency, Barack Obama and Donald Trump's presidency. And a couple things are interesting to note is that interest rates remained pretty much around the same over that entire period of time. The average 10-year yield during Barack Obama's presidency was 2.45. The average 10-year yield during President Trump through June of 2020, and we had a pretty big drop there when the coronavirus struck, is 2.25%. And so there was an expectation that maybe we'd start to see rates rise a little bit, and we might see, that as kind of unlocking that value in the markets. And that just really wasn't quite yet happening. And yet, so we've got two very different presidents, two very different policies, and yet it really didn't change. It didn't change, as far as interest rates go, and many predictions of what was made for both of those presidents. And then the other thing I think is quite interesting is that over the Obama presidency years, we really saw that growth outperformed value. So that's looking at the 8-year, the dark blue bar is the performance of growth assets versus the Russell 1000 value. And so we continued to see growth outperform value under Donald Trump's presidency. So we got very different policies. We got there was an effort to repeal the Affordable Care Act. There was a major tax law that was passed. I mentioned the deductions and some of those things that might have been perceived to kind of unlock the value in the Russell 1000 value. And that hasn't really happened as of yet. We are perhaps seeing that happen in the last few weeks or a month to date. I'll touch on that a little bit toward the end. But we are seeing that a little bit right now, but that could just be as much of more the economic cycle than policy. And so here again, when we ask the question, what do you think the markets are going to do? What are the elections going to do to the markets? Sometimes it doesn't do quite what we expect, or it takes a little bit longer to get there. So there's a lot more under the hood than what's going on far beyond policy. I think politicians and political pundits like to take more credit or place more blame than is reality and what we're seeing in political environments.